The Kobalt Tools 500 on Fox is sponsored by Lipitor. By Subway, the big event is back. Any regular footlong for just $5. Subway, eat fresh. By Lowe's, for all your home improvement needs. Lowe's, let's build something together. And by Sprint, get NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
Kurt Busch continues to lead Brian Vickers by 1.3 seconds, 38 laps to go. Joey Logano's had a hard day. He had a bump from Tony Stewart after A.J. Allmendinger got loose in front of him. He touched the wall, then he hit the wall, then he hit the wall, and now he hits pit road. Watch the 44 Allmendinger. Right up into Logano.
Gets him a little bit loose, and then Tony comes up behind him, and I think he was gonna
just a little bit there.
Bump draft him, but didn't work out.
Then Logano went up to the wall in 1. In 2, he stayed off the wall but caught it again in turn 3.
And you've got to believe that hit right there was stimulated from something that happened to the car when he got into it on the back straightaway. And he was running in about the 21st, 22nd position, racing actually a lot of cars that were all 3 laps down.
We should mention they tried to repair Greg Biffle's car and gave up the ghost. He is out of the race and will finish 33rd.
I tell you what, this car, this COT car, every week when the race is over, it doesn't matter we're Daytona or here in Atlanta or when we go to Bristol in 2 weeks, the right side is always used up in most all of the cars.
7th place is at stake here. Teammates for Richard Childress Racing, Clint Boyer, Kevin Harvick.
Now, Clint Boyer, that was one of the teams that elected to stay out on that last caution. He's lost 2 or 3 spots, about to lose another one to Kevin Harvick, his teammate. Harvick, the 29 car, that was one of the cars that did come to pit road for 4 tires.
Of those cars that most recently got tires, Matt Kenseth is the furthest up the line in 5th. Casey Kane is 6th. As you said, it was only a couple of laps difference in tire wear, but Kurt Busch, who did not stop, continues to lead Brian Vickers now by 1.4 seconds. Jeff Gordon is 2.8 back.
And I watch their lap times, and they match lap times almost every lap around here within a 1/10 of each other.
Casey Kane, the 9 car, now he's on the march. He's another car that has little fresher tires, as well as Matt Kenseth. That's a battle for 5th right there between the 17 and the 9. 17 all the way to the bottom. Casey Kane in the 9, where he's been almost all day long to the top of the racetrack.
Casey's done a nice job of getting himself back on the lead lap, and now started at the rear of the field, worked his way right back up here to the top 5. 6 right now, but working on the 5.
Now Matt Kenseth running in 5th. It's actually quite a ways up to his teammate, about 5 seconds to Carl Edwards in the 99. It's running in the 4th position right now.
32 laps to go next time by.
The track ought to be getting right now, Larry. Sun is just about gone down.
33 of the 43 starters still on the racetrack. And Kurt Busch in command by 1.3 seconds. Krista.
That's right, Mike, and obviously he stayed out, but on that last pit stop that they had, the adjustment that they made, it was absolutely perfect. In fact, he said he had gotten the car tightened up just right. One of the things coming into this race Kurt was worried about was the fall off. He said the drop off here on this track is tremendous. You get 10 laps in and you want to say uncle. Forget about the uncle, it's a different relative today. Oh brother, where art thou? It's Kurt Busch up front.
Kurt's fastest lap, Krista, 30.6 seconds. His last lap, 33.3, and that's a drop off of more than 2.5 seconds.
But that's a whale of an improvement over earlier when they were almost up in the 35-second bracket. So, like I said, once the track cools off, your car stays better longer.
The last time 2 brothers won back-to-back races in the Sprint Cup Series was just last year. Kurt Busch won at Loudon, and Kyle Busch won the 4th of July race at Daytona.
This battle for 5th just will not go away, though, between Matt Kenseth in the 17 and Casey Kane in the 9, as we've got 30 laps to go. Now, if you go back to the top of our show, the FedEx Understanding the Race, one of the things we look closely at, traditionally this race ends up with a caution somewhere about 25 to 30 laps to go, which we're getting into that window right now.
Well, there's so many cars there. I hear them go by here that are running on 7 cylinders. I mean, just hammering. Ryan Newman, David Ruderman.
You're all clear, bud. Clear by 2.
Several cars go by here that are down on the cylinder, so you know, when you got that going on, you could get a caution.
Kasey Kahne up to 5th, having made the pass
29 to go
on Matt Kenseth. And Clint Bowyer's dropping back a bit. Dick?
Well, they started out the day running extremely well. The car just seemed perfect for about the first 100, 150 laps, Mike. But then as the day wore on, as tire wear happened, they just haven't been able to keep up with the adjustments. And Bowyer has slid further and further back.
He's in 9th place right now, 14 seconds off the lead.
And remember, he came in here 2nd in the Sprint Cup Series points after finishing second at Las Vegas.
I'll tell you where he's at.
Yeah, the 48 is 10th. Jimmy Johnson had to serve that pit road speeding penalty. And he now finds himself 10th and fighting back. He took the restart in 12th.
About 2 seconds behind Clint Bowyer right now.
One of his teammates runs 3rd, Jeff Gordon. The other runs 13th. That is Dale Earnhardt Jr., Matt.
Seems like Dale Jr. is still experiencing issues with that left rear. Moments ago, Mike, he just keyed the mic and said it feels like the left rear wheel is about ready to fall off again.
Get the hammer.
You know, another car that has really taken a hit here in these last few laps, that he's still on the lead lap. He was one of the cars that everybody talked about in the garage area this morning, ran in the top 5 quite a bit. Denny Hamlin in that 11 car, he has actually fallen back to about the last car on the lead lap. Matt, either they went the wrong way or this racetrack's going away from them.
It's been a work in progress, but Larry Mackey told Mike Ford about 10 laps ago, he said, I'm really sorry, guys. This is all I can do, and it's just way too loose. He's just trying to hang on to the finish.
And that's what that's what you do. Once it gets that loose, you can't drive it. You just have to slow down or you'll wreck it. So he's just trying to salvage what he can now.
Kevin Harvick, 6th. Matt Kenseth, 7th.
Oh, Harv is pretty good about kind of laying back there. Remember at Daytona and a couple other places?
A lot of places. A lot of
lays
his wins.
back until just right near the end of the day, and then he pops up in the top 5.
Let's see. Kyle Busch won this race last year. Kurt is leading with 25 to go. What other brothers have won back-to-back at Atlanta? The answer after this.